Right now on Good Morning America First Look, the CDC now classifying the hantavirus outbreak on that cruise ship in the Atlantic as a level 3 emergency response. What we're learning about the suspected cases. And our experts weigh in describing the response and why this is nothing like the start of the COVID pandemic.
Cashing in from high gas prices during the war in Iran, the oil company profits just reported. As we see new evidence of the toll high gas prices are taking on the wider economy, how consumers are scaling back.
Schools and colleges across the country falling victim to a major cyber attack. What we're learning about who's responsible and what they want.
New images of the trail of destruction from tornadoes in the south. More than 1,000 homes and buildings damaged or destroyed.
It happened again. A man on the water colliding with a whale. This time it was a jet skier.
The news from Apple this morning about the company's new AirPods with built-in cameras.
The outrage over World Cup ticket prices. What's now being done about it?
And later, the cutest farmer in all of Texas.
From ABC News, this is Good Morning America First Look.
Good Friday morning, everyone. I'm Sophie Flay.
And I'm Perry Russom in for Hannah. We begin with the hantavirus outbreak on that cruise ship in the Atlantic. Former passengers now being monitored, including right here in the U.S.
Officials worldwide are tracking 6 suspected cases and 6 confirmed cases with 3 deaths. And this morning, the CDC is out with an update. Here's ABC's Lionel Moise.
This morning, sources say the CDC has classified the hantavirus outbreak as a level 3 emergency response, meaning the risk to the general public remains low, but it is being closely monitored. Teams of scientists and physicians have been activated.
This is obviously a deadly virus, 30-40% mortality rate. It can take a while for symptoms to show up. So we have to be really focused on making sure that if anybody starts developing symptoms, that they get care immediately.
The CDC's move comes as some experts criticize the agency for not acting sooner. Neither the CDC nor the National Institutes of Health have held public briefings typically expected in situations like this. Now, critics are raising concern that recent funding and staffing cuts may have hurt preparedness.
It's not limited to hantavirus. It's really how well the country is prepared for a disease threat. And right now, I'm very sorry to say that we are not prepared.
Health officials are tracking dozens of passengers who left the cruise ship April 24th, nearly 2 weeks after the first passenger died on board. About 30 people from around the world, including here in the U.S., returned home before contact tracing began. At least 7 people across 5 states, from California to Virginia, are being monitored for symptoms, and so far no symptoms have been reported. A passenger still on the ship told us overnight, "No one currently has any related symptoms, and we hope it continues this way," adding people are taking the situation calmly. 3 people who were on the cruise have died. The ship is set to arrive in Spain's Canary Islands Sunday, where passengers will be medically assessed before they're allowed to return home. Many local residents are protesting the ship's arrival, fearing a repeat of COVID-19, but experts say that's highly unlikely.
This virus doesn't spread that easily. I think if we do a good job of tracking down everybody who left the cruise ship, monitoring them, I actually think we're going to be able to bring this to a close, and we're not going to see widespread infections.
And Spanish authorities say precautions will be taken to prevent contact between passengers and locals. The U.S. government also says it is prepared to send a plane for American passengers. Sophie, Perry?
Lionel, thank you. Since this outbreak, the Department of Health and Human Services has not responded to those claims from critics about spending cuts possibly affecting preparedness.
Now to the war with Iran. Record profits for one oil company as prices at the pump continue to rise. All this amid new tensions in the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump last night confirmed the U.S. and Iran have exchanged fire in the Strait of Hormuz.
They trifled with us today. We blew them away. They trifled. I call that a trifle.
Central Command says it was self-defense after Iranian missiles, drones, and small boats attacked 3 American destroyers.
Shot missiles at it and drones at it and these stupid boats that came at it. They got blown away in about 2 minutes.
Trump says the fragile ceasefire remains in effect, but efforts to restart peace talks appear to have stalled, with a major sticking point being Iran's nuclear material. Meanwhile, here at home,
It's very disheartening.
more signs of the economic toll of the war, both good and bad. Good for the oil companies reaping profits off high gas prices. Shell now reporting a nearly $7 billion profit last quarter, One executive saying the volatility has created opportunities, but on the road, fewer opportunities. More Uber and Lyft drivers now quitting, unable to make ends meet. It's not just regular gas fueling pain at the pump. Diesel prices, watched so closely by truckers and farmers, are spiking another 60 cents per gallon in parts of the Midwest because of refinery issues in the region. The impact? Higher prices across the economy, forcing consumers to cut back. Whirlpool reports demand for major appliances is down and says because of the war, it will soon need to raise prices.
This level of industry decline is similar to what we have observed during the global financial crisis and even higher than during other recessionary periods.
Kraft Heinz, which sells everything from mac and cheese to cream cheese, says consumers are literally running out of money at the end of the month. We're seeing negative cash flows in the lower income brackets where they're dipping into savings. And now new concern the stalemate in the Middle East could drag on. The Washington Post reports U.S. intelligence believes Iran could outlast the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports for months, potentially giving Iran more leverage in the ongoing standoff. That analysis also claims Iran still has significant ballistic missile capabilities.
We're seeing more of the extensive damage after 3 tornadoes roared across southern Mississippi. More than 1,000 homes and buildings are damaged or destroyed. The trail of destruction in one county stretches for 16 miles. Some survivors waited out the storm in their bathtubs while their homes crashed down around them. But remarkably, only 17 injuries were reported. A storm chaser heard a cat making a noise, rescuing a tiny kitten from the rubble of one home.
Now to a major political headline. Another state is redrawing its congressional map with the balance of power in Washington at stake. The push to gerrymander is hitting a fever pitch, and consequences could be far-reaching. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, the nationwide race to redraw congressional maps for partisan advantage ahead of the midterm elections has shifted into high gear. Tennessee has become the latest state to approve a redistricting plan. Republicans voting to carve up the state's only majority black district, the only district in the state held by Democrats.
Tennessee is a conservative state, and I submit its congressional delegation should reflect that.
The move sparking protests, the NAACP already suing to stop it.
You cannot take a majority black city, fracture its voting power, and then tell us race has nothing to do with it.
A recent Supreme Court decision which weakened Voting Rights Act protections for minorities had supercharged the push to redraw maps, with the narrow balance of power in Washington hanging in the balance.
The Supreme Court decision is now precedent, and what Tennessee did today is now the playbook moving forward. We're going to see it. We're already seeing movement in a number of southern states.
South Carolina may be next. Lawmakers are pushing to redraw the district held by powerful Democrat Jim Clyburn, who claims Republicans are trying to break apart South Carolina's 6th district, not because voters demanded it, but because Donald Trump requested it. Supporters of the move say because South Carolina is trending more Republican, the districts should be redrawn.
It's about doing the right thing. South Carolina is a ruby red state. I believe that any way we draw the maps, that will show through.
Louisiana and Alabama are also taking steps toward redistricting. Blue states, too, including California and Virginia. Critics argue this gerrymandering will only make our national politics more polarized. Sophie, Perry.
Andrea, thanks. A brazen crime in New York. 3 men are charged with hijacking a truck delivering products to an Apple store. The truck contained more than $1.2 million in merchandise. The suspects held the workers at gunpoint, forcing them to drive to a secluded area. The suspects are due in court today. And Apple is reportedly in the final stages of creating new AirPods with built-in cameras. Bloomberg reports the cameras won't take photos or video, but will feed information to Siri, Apple's AI digital assistant. Users can then ask questions about what they're looking at. No word yet on a possible release date.
Time now for your Friday weather.
Good morning. Pretty good looking weather map across the country. Warmth in the west, nice spring-like day in the northeast. We're still seeing showers and thunderstorms southern plains of the Gulf Coast, but the severe weather threat is a lot lower. Can still see some damaging wind gusts and hail, but overall that's the exception rather than the rule. Seeing some big rains right through the weekend here, 1 to 2 inches of rain, and this is where we have all the droughts. So good news there. Warmth in the west, a warm Mother's Day in the northeast, eventually second half of the month. Looks like it's warming up even on the east coast. That's your forecast. I'm ABC News senior meteorologist Lee Goldberg. Have a great weekend.
Coming up, how Pope Leo is bringing a taste of Chicago's restaurant scene to Rome.
Also ahead, the largest blue diamond of its kind going up for sale.
But first, a developing story. Schools and colleges across the country falling victim to a major cyber attack.
We're back with a jet skier colliding with a whale breaching near Vancouver, Canada. Take a look here. The gray whale was apparently not hurt. The jet skier suffered a leg injury. A similar incident happened in San Francisco recently when a windsurfer bumped into a gray whale. Neither appear to be injured.
We turn now to a developing story. Schools and colleges across the country falling victim to a major cyber attack.
This morning, a hacking group has claimed responsibility for shutting down Canvas. That's a platform used by more than half the colleges and universities in the country, as well as grade schools, for coursework in communication.
I use Canvas for all my assignments. I think everything these days is all on Canvas.
The hacking group Shiny Hunters posting a ransom letter claiming it's obtained access to data from more than 275 million people across nearly 9,000 schools. Several universities acknowledging the breach. Harvard's Canvas site displaying this image. Penn State now canceling some final exams. The University of Illinois postponing assignments and finals.
It's kind of scary to think about how close we are to the finish line, really, and having to worry about our information getting leaked, about our classes being delayed.
Shiny Hunters is threatening to release the data May 12th unless it's paid an unspecified ransom. It claims it has several billions of private messages among students and teachers. The parent company of Canvas says the hackers access student names, emails, ID numbers, and messages, but not their passwords, birthdays, or financial information.
I'm scared to use anything on the internet right now.
Experts believe the group behind the breach may not use the data directly, but could sell it to others, increasing the likelihood of targeted scams.
Well, if money is no object, here's an idea for a special Mother's Day gift. Sotheby's will soon auction off this rare blue diamond seen right there in that ring. The 6-carat stone is among the rarest combinations and colored diamonds. We're told it could fetch $12 million.
Whoa.
I'm going to pass this year. Not this year.
Beautiful, though. Coming up, a top official in Cuba speaks out on the dire situation there.
Also had the outrage over World Cup ticket prices and public transportation costs. What's now being done about it?
We turn now to Cuba, where there's growing desperation on the streets as the Trump administration hit the Cuban government with a new round of sanctions. The lack of access to gasoline is adding to the troubles of an already fragile economy. President Trump has previously threatened to overthrow the Cuban regime. Cuba's foreign minister told ABC's Whit Johnson the U.S. is on a dangerous path.
It seems that the U.S. government has chosen a dangerous path, a path that could lead to unimaginable consequences, to a humanitarian catastrophe, to a genocide, to the loss of Cuban and young American lives. It could also lead to a bloodbath.
The Trump administration says the sanctions are part of a plan to address the national security threats posed by Cuba's communist regime and to hold the regime and those funding it accountable.
We turn now to an event that brings the world together, the World Cup. But fans here in the U.S. are coming together to protest the cost of everything from tickets to transportation. Now lawmakers want answers. With just over a month to go until the World Cup kicks off right here in the U.S., growing backlash over ticket prices.
These ticket prices, I just feel like it's so ridiculous.
Is just insane for the everyday fans.
The U.S. plays Paraguay June 12th in Los Angeles, and the cheapest ticket right now, about $1,000. President Trump sympathizing with fans, saying, "I wouldn't pay it either, to be honest with you." Tickets for the World Cup final are averaging about $13,000. That's 8 times higher than the last championship.
It was a big shock when the prices came out.
FIFA did introduce some tickets at just $60, calling it a very competitive price point for a major global sporting event in the U.S. But observers quick to note, less than 2% of tickets were available at that price. 2 congressmen are now demanding FIFA's president explain what they're describing as an opaque use of dynamic pricing. FIFA argues it does not set prices, demand does.
If you were to sell tickets at the price which is too low, these tickets would be resold at a much higher price.
FIFA's president joking about tickets on its resale site, listing for more than $2 million.
Actually, if somebody buys a ticket for the final $2 million, I will personally bring him a hot dog and a Coke.
Yeah.
To make sure that he has a a great experience.
High hotel and transportation costs also spoiling the fun for fans. Hotel booking rates now falling short of expectations in multiple U.S. cities. And public transit prices for fans headed to New Jersey were so high, state officials had to intervene, lowering the cost of train tickets from New York City from $150 to $105. That ticket usually costs just $13. So demand for the World Cup tickets has dropped, causing some prices to come down, but FIFA yesterday raised the most expensive ticket for the final from $11,000 to $33,000.
In the NBA, the defending champion Thunder coming from behind last night against LeBron James and the Lakers. The Thunder staying perfect in the playoffs so far with a 125-107 win. In the other game, the Pistons beat the Cavaliers.
All right, coming up, baby news at the White House.
Yes, but first, a singing of the national anthem unlike any we've heard before. Time to check the pulse. We begin with a rendition of the national anthem like we've never seen before.
His name is Ronald. He was really belting it out.
The land of the free and the home of the brave.
God bless America. Players reacting with amazement as a man dressed as Ronald McDonald sang the national anthem at this minor league baseball game. The Charlotte Knights posting this video saying, "You never know what you'll see at the ballpark," that's for sure. Also at the ballpark, a fan gets an A for effort.
Here comes a foul ball, and as the guy goes up for it, his drink goes flying all over the woman next to him. Didn't get the ball, but at least got a good laugh. Next, the Pope is about to enjoy some home cooking close by.
All thanks to a well-known chef from Chicago. His name is Art Smith. He's opening a restaurant outside Rome at the Education Center that used to be a summer residence for popes.
Smith cooked at the Vatican last year, not realizing it was an audition dinner. The restaurant's menu will be mostly Italian with some Chicago influences. Next, baby news at the White House.
It is a girl for White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. She is the first White House Press Secretary to have a baby while on the job. Viviana joins big brother Nico. Next to the dog who raided the fridge.
A North Carolina woman set up a camera to find out where her food was disappearing to. Turns out her golden retriever Chase learned how to open the fridge door.
One more video, you have to see the cutest farmer in all of Texas. He is 2-year-old Wyatt Kahn. His mom caught Wyatt leading a herd of cattle. Apparently he loves to feed those animals.
Farming is in his blood. Top headlines next. Checking more top stories, the CDC says the public is at low risk from the hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship. 3 people who were on the ship have died. 9 other confirmed or suspected cases are reported. None of the people being monitored in the U.S. have displayed any symptoms.
Growing tensions in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran claims the U.S. has breached the fragile ceasefire, but U.S. Central Command says Navy destroyers only fired at Iranian targets in self-defense after an unprovoked attack.
An armed man wearing a mask has been arrested, accused of trying to threaten the former Prince Andrew while he was walking his dog near his home.
Singer Bonnie Tyler remains in a medically induced coma after emergency surgery. A statement on her website says the 74-year-old's condition is very guarded.
Today's weather, the rain and storms across the south will stretch into the weekend. Storms are also possible from the plains to the Ohio River Valley.
And finally, the voice of nature turns 100.
Here's Danny New.
I now understand.
For decades now, when you've heard that voice, you've known you're probably about to learn a lot about nature.
These forces allowed life on Earth to flourish.
But today, we're talking in terms of centuries, as legendary British broadcaster Sir David Attenborough turns 100 years old.
I had rather thought that I would celebrate my 100th birthday quietly, but it seems that many of you have had other ideas.
On Thursday, the renowned naturalist, whose more than 70 years of presenting on TV is a Guinness World Record, released an audio message to his fans.
I simply can't reply to each of you all separately, but I would like to thank you all most sincerely for your kind messages.
Well, before he began his famous run narrating Planet Earth for the BBC in his late 70s,
there's one ape, however, that spends nearly all its time on the ground.
Attenborough was first introduced to many audiences outside of England when he hosted the groundbreaking docuseries Life on Earth in 1979.
It seems really very unfair that man should have chosen the gorilla to symbolize
all that is aggressive.
Now, almost 50 years later, many are taking this week to celebrate his legacy and impact. For example, the Journal of Natural History just announced it is naming a new kind of parasitic wasp after the broadcaster, who already has more than 50 species named after him. And artists in England even raked a 48,000 square foot portrait of Attenborough into the sands of the UK's western shores.
He's taught us all, from being kids and stuff, the value of nature.
Attenborough is set to celebrate with a special concert at Royal Albert Hall in London today. And by the way, guys, of the more than 50 species named after him, one of them is a dinosaur named the Attenboroughsaurus.
Because of course it is. What a great career he's had.
Right? That's your Good Morning America First Look.
Have a great day.